Hi, everybody. It's Ms. Brody coming to you with another lesson about the wonderful world of fantasy. And today's lesson is entitled Learning Lessons Alongside Our Characters. Okay, so we know that we're all reading fantasy and our stories have fantastical plots, right? They're filled with beasts and dragons and magical things. But just because our stories may be about ogres or witches, talking animals, spells, dragons, robots, or whatever, that doesn't mean that they don't still have themes and life lessons. So no matter how fantastical your story is, there's always lessons to be learned, right? And readers of fantasy, in fact, readers of all fiction, mine their stories, just like a California gold miner. They mine their stories for lessons that might apply to their own lives or even to the world as a whole. So, again, every book has a theme, no matter if it's a comic, no matter if it's even a little kid's book. They all have themes, okay? And while we might not always be able to determine the theme or themes right away, strong readers really start looking for or noticing the lessons in their books from chapter one, if not even page one. They start thinking about what the bigger meaning of the book might be. And just because a character can change into a werewolf or is stuck inside a magical wardrobe, we can still learn life lessons through what happens to him or her. Let's just take a little quick reminder about the story The Paper Bag Princess and about the themes that were contained. What does Elizabeth, the main character, learn through her actions and in the story? And then therefore, if she's learning something, we as the reader are too. Well, one of the things we talked about already is we need to make wise choices about our relationships. We also shouldn't accept someone in our life if they are not kind or appreciative, and that you're better off alone than with a jerk. We also maybe thought of the theme that if you're smart and determined, you can solve your problems. Or to put it a different way, it helps to be smart and creative and to sort of not give up when faced with a tough task, the way Elizabeth was once the dragon burned everything down. And finally, another important life lesson is dragons are easily tricked. Okay, again, that was sort of a joke. That's not really a life lesson. So we wouldn't talk about that about this book, right? That's particular to this story, but it's definitely not a lesson we sort of need to learn in our life. And you'll notice in all of my theme statements, I don't use any character names. I'm talking about life lessons that we can apply to our own lives. To everyone in the world can apply these lessons, not just Elizabeth is learning them. Okay, the other important thing is that we know that evidence matters, and that for some readers, coming up with the themes is the easy thing. And even if it's not, once we come up with our themes, we want to make sure that we have evidence to back up our themes from multiple parts of the story, hopefully. And if finding that evidence is hard for you as a reader, then you might have just realized that your theme isn't one of the sort of best or strongest ones from the story. And again, the way a character faces their dragons, their real or metaphorical dragons, is likely related to the themes of the story. And I just love this picture. It's from a comic from when I was a kid, and I just love him. I can't remember his name, Dudley Do-Right or something. I can't remember what his name is. Okay. I want to show you, again, how we can trace evidence throughout the story. Here's one of our themes from Paper Bag Princess. We need to make wise choices about relationships. Let's see if we can think about some of the evidence that backs up that theme, right? Well, we know that originally Elizabeth wanted to marry the prince. And while it doesn't say so, I can remember from the picture of her looking at him and he's got this tennis racket and, he's a prince and all. She probably wants to marry him just because she's a princess and he's a prince and he wears nice clothes and, that's all. But by the end, she sees his true colors and decides not to marry him. So this theme is really started off in the beginning, where she's, again, not necessarily doing the right thing. She's not making a good choice, but then eventually she does make a wise choice. Another theme is that you shouldn't accept someone in your life if they aren't kind and appreciative, right? And that we see this theme traced throughout the book as well. Well, actually, it comes out more towards the end, is once she has come to rescue the prince and she's tricked the dragon, she's done all these amazing things, and all he cares about is what she looks like. And so she decides to leave him and move on, right? And that theme sort of arises more at the end of the story once we see how she's changed and had this realization. Also, maybe you're thinking, well, does every character have to be a hero? Not every character in a fantasy book is going to be a hero. Some don't start out as heroes and end up heroes, and some will never be heroes at all, and that's okay. Good readers know that just because a character makes mistakes or does foolish things doesn't mean that we can't learn from them. In fact, we can learn from their mistakes. Think about Edmund as seen in this little cartoon, right? Meeting up with the witch who's saying, "Come to the dark side, we have Turkish delight." He trusts the witch when he shouldn't. Trust, therefore, is going to be a theme to consider: how people earn it, how they lose it, etc. And we, the reader, learn a lesson because of his mistake. We know that he should not be trusting of her, and we are able to apply that to our own lives. Here again is something that's going to look familiar to you once you open your Google Doc, and that is, this is the type of thing you're going to be doing today. You're going to be filling out a table that keeps track of your themes and evidence. And you'll see that here are the themes that I've already come up with and talked about. Theme 1, we need to make wise choices, and here's that evidence. This is exactly what I'd already said. Here's theme 2, you shouldn't accept someone in your life, blah, 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 and here's different pieces of evidence throughout the story. Comes to the rescue of the prince, and she dumps him. Theme 3, if you put your mind to things, you can accomplish anything. And again, this starts out in the beginning. The dragon burns down the castle and leaves Elizabeth with nothing, including the prince. She's left without him. But the evidence continues about putting your mind to things. She finds a paper bag and she follows the dragon. And then she ultimately tricks him into using up all his energy. And so that supports, the evidence is supporting the theme. If you put your mind to things, you can accomplish anything. And that applies to our life as well, not just Elizabeth's. If you're sort of still worried that you're not going to be able to come up with themes for your story, here are a few sentence starters that often can help kind of push your thinking a little bit, right? So think of these. Sometimes in life. Sometimes in life, it's better to be alone than to be with someone who's mean to you. People should or people shouldn't, right? People should be kind. People shouldn't treat others with disrespect. It's important to, or it's hard to. It's hard to track down a dragon. No, again, that's not a life lesson, right? It has to be something that applies to the world in general, or you and any other person. It can't be specific just to the book or to those characters, or never or always. If you're really stuck thinking of themes, you can use these phrases to help you, and I've included them in the document you're going to be using today. Okay, so now it's your turn. It's time for you to read your fantasy book and fill out the table with your themes and evidence. You need to come up with at least 2 of your own themes. I'm sure you're going to be able to do it. Sometimes you have to push your brain and then look back to support your themes with evidence from the book. Have a great day, and I hope you also listen to the next chapter of the read aloud of The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. Have a great day, everybody.